To this day, the guy is called the Nelson Tory. His name was Major Breed Batchelor. He was the first person to settle here in Nelson. Back then, it was called Packersfield. The Major built the first grist mill here, established the first tavern, owned more land than anybody else. He got his title from service to the king fighting against the French in Canada. He also inherited a pile of money from his dad. The family was from Beverly, Massachusetts. Major Breed resettled in Portsmouth, and then in 1763 he purchased 9,000 acres of land in this town. But he was not liked by those who lived here. He was a liar and an arrogant snob. One neighbor called him a knave, a rogue, and a cheating fellow. But then we went to war with the British, and all the towns in New England created committees of safety. They were to keep track of those who were for or against the rebellion. The committees issued an association test, a loyalty oath. You had to swear allegiance to the cause. You had to be against Great Britain. Of course, if the Patriots won the rebellion, the Major himself would lose most of his property holdings, so he didn't like that. Also, nobody was going to dictate orders to him, so he refused the test. In December of 1775, the committee summoned him to answer why he was evading military service. He refused to come, said he would drink to the health of the king. Damnation to the states, he said. A contingent came to his house to arrest him, but he was not there. He escaped in the back door and went to a place in the woods over where what is called Roxbury now. To this day, that cave exists. It's called the Tories Cave. Hikers visit it. Once he came home for a visit and word went out, members of the committee came to capture him, but they were met by his wife, Ruth, and she had a big pot of boiling water. She was going to scald him. She held him off, and her husband escaped out the back door. 4 months later, Ruth and the kids went to pick berries in a field, and while they were there, their father appeared. He hugged them all. It was the last time they would ever see him again. He escaped to New York, where he fought with the British Army under General Burgoyne. After the war, he settled in Nova Scotia, and there he became a drunk. And in 1785, he fell out of a boat and was drowned.